That's right. Yeah. And it's gonna be alright. You think that it won't be alright, but it will. And it's going down tonight. It's the DG show, and something ain't right. Word. What's going on, T Carry Writers all up in the place? It's good to see me some faces. Yours. Ain't no doubt that we're going to get into this score. Word up. YS Books that just came through. It's always good look. Well, we got a little something we got to talk about tonight. There ain't no way we can get around it. Tonight on the Daily Go Get Mism show. Well, we need to talk about this situation that's going on down in DC. We need to talk about this situation that's going down in DC right now. Evidently, some U.S.-born citizens were fed up with the government and the decision of the past November 3rd presidential election, and they went to the Capitol today to show their discontent with the decision and tried to get the decision overturned in a last-ditch effort in order to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. But instead, what wound up happening was that they wound up breaching the doors and the halls and the walls of the U.S. Capitol building. And yeah, it was quite a sight to behold. Nothing like we've ever seen in this world before. So all my history buffs, if you know anything about the Boston Tea Party, this definitely overrode that. This is something that we never seen in our lifetime, and it went down, and that shit is a straight crime. But if you listen to the conservative media, you get a whole different picture of what your eyes are seeing. So we're going to get into that right now, so let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily, the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R's, the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism show all up in your area, and it's going down tonight on this 6th of January, the 6th of 2021. And this year is starting off on some crazy shit, way crazier than we I'm going to say crazier than we could have imagined. But I think that we are so shell-shocked and so gun-shy from 2020 that we almost expected any and everything just because of the way that the year ended and the results of the November 3rd presidential election and the insistence of a certain sect of the conservative party to try to overturn the results of the election. And you know when you loosely follow the news, the mainstream media, I have something to say about the mainstream media, by the way. When you loosely follow the news of the mainstream media, or if you follow mainstream media but you don't follow the liberal and conservative, more than likely you may think that you're following a neutral media source, but the reality of the situation is that you either follow one or you follow the other. So you're either following a liberal-centered media or a conservative-centered media. They would like you to believe that they are both, or should I say that they are in the center, and that they call it right down the middle, and that they are neutral. many of the outlets try to convince you that they are neutral because it adds to their credibility. It's supposed to be a propaganda campaign to make you believe that what they are telling you is the truth instead of conjecture, instead of leading you to believe that they are one thing instead of another thing. So what we saw today, if you were following the goings on of today, you will see that there were thousands and thousands of people who went to the U.S. Capitol building in D.C., in Washington, D.C., to try to influence Mike Pence, Vice President Mike Pence, and the electorate of the United States, each individual state electorate, to overturn the results of the November 3rd presidential election. Well, when it was obvious that it wasn't going to happen like that, because that's not even what any of the activities of today were geared toward. But once they saw that it wasn't going to happen that way, well, they moved forward. It's sort of like one of those things where you may lose the game, but you're definitely not going to lose the fight afterwards. So they basically stormtrooped the Capitol building, something we've never seen before. Now we've seen small pockets of evidence that this would happen, like in Michigan when they stormed that state Capitol building, going after the governor of Michigan, who is a white female, because they felt like she did not allow Michigan to vote in favor of Donald Trump. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We have a lot to cover, so let's get into it. This shit is going to be wild. Let's do this. Y'all might want to call in tonight. You might not, but if you do, I'm going to give you a hell of a shot. You know that I always let you call in and you can talk to me as if I was your friend, and I really am your friend, and we down. And if you call through, we ain't going to mess around. Everything is going to be all right here tonight. It's the 6th of January. No, and this side, so let's get it popping. All right. So if you would like to call to the show, totally uncensored show, you can say how you feel, how you mean it, express your passion in any form of fashion. Is going down right now, and we won't ration. We're going to give the whole thing out, serve the whole plate. You will not have to wait. Let's get it straight. And the number to call is area code is 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, yo. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. 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 319-527-6199, baby. It's a daily go get a business show all up in your area, and we are talking about so some people can invade the Capitol building. Guess who? Y'all know who y'all saw on that tape. Y'all know who y'all saw on the video. Y'all know who y'all saw on the live stream. It ain't no secret. They couldn't hide this if they wanted to. But we know what you saw, and we also know what you didn't see. And we're not even going to talk about the race part of it, because that's pretty self-explanatory and obvious. Of course, you're going to see a couple of pepper seeds of us in there doing that shit. But what you saw more than anything else is that you didn't see any resistance from law enforcement to stop this bullshit. How is it that you can go up to the state, not the state capitol? This is the U.S. Capitol building in the not Independence Mall, but what do we call that shit? Where the White House is, and the Washington Mall. Listen, with that building is where they do the presidential inauguration. It's going to go down in 2 weeks. So protesting, or so-called peaceful protesting, because it's funny how the word peaceful protest is thrown around depending on the interest of who it serves. So if you don't like the protesters, it's never peaceful. When you like the protesters, it's always peaceful. So if you don't like them, they're an angry mob. They may even be terrorists. In my mind, that what we saw today was a terrorist act. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around that. It's straight terrorism. If you know the definition of terrorism, terrorism is what you do to cause fear. You try to cause fear to influence somebody or make somebody do something. You scare people into doing your bidding. It can be something as innocent of, I ain't gonna give you none if you don't do what I want. You ain't gonna get none of this. Or it can be as serious as, we're gonna kill all of y'all if y'all don't do what the fuck we say. And today it was as serious as, we're gonna kill all of y'all. We taking heads today. They even hung a sign up on that shit. Today we the people bring the US government to its knees or some shit like that. We have the power. Like, yo, that shit is crazy. All right. What's going on, y'all? T. Carey, right? What's going on? Good to see me some you and YS books, without a doubt. And Emily Dunlap in the house, said Emily. And H. Huss. Thanks for coming through, H. Huss. That's what's up. And he says, or is it she? Notice the cops' reaction today and during the BLM marches. I understand exactly what you're saying. I do. TK Wright says, your video makes your skin look orange reddish. I don't know what you're talking about. I have absolutely no idea what you might be talking about. It must be your connection. You know what I mean? Shake your phone. Check your internet. I have no idea. TK Wright says, agitated about this Capitol building BS. Good otherwise. All right. My man, my brother. Lawrence Sakel is all up in the house. What's going on, my man Earth? Good to see me some you. TK Wright says, H. Huss, I posted a picture of what the Capitol looked like during the BLM protest. They were treated aggressively when it was a peaceful protest. Interesting. My big sis Robbie Ming is all up in that place. Glad to see you here doing your thing. Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita. She says, if you're a 45 supporter, you might want to leave now. It's going to get heated. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we're going to do shit. Because it kind of seems like the right wing is the reactionary party. It seems like the left wing is more of the proactive party. So it seems like the left wing goes out and gets the shit. The right wing is like, yo, if we don't get what you, if y'all don't give us the shit that we was asking for, that we went for, or that we feel like we voted for, then we gonna tear shit up. I'm telling you, you never hear the left wing. You never hear liberals talking about some, yo, we gonna tear shit up and blah 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 blah. Because, you know, I mean, to be honest with you, liberals act like pussies, but they tear shit up. You know what I mean? Nobody said that they were actual pussies, but as far as the media is concerned, they're always talking about, oh no, everything is okay. We're not going to do that. You know, no savage-like behavior around here. Everything is okay. Stand down. Peaceful protest. A peaceful protest is the peaceful peaceful protest. Meanwhile, you know, sometimes heads get taken. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said, like, look, Antifa, BLM, even though most of the people in BLM ain't B, they need to take the B out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit is just, it's just a label now. It ain't Black Lives Matter. It's that B can stand for bums. Bum lives matter. Bitch lives matter. Back lives matter. Bet you lives matter. I don't know. It ain't black. When you look at them BLM protests, you don't see us. It would make sense that you saw us, but you don't be seeing us. They be like, Black Lives Matter. Bow. Like a bunch of white people using BLM as an excuse to start some shit. And yeah, I mean, some of y'all are not going to be used to or are not going to appreciate my view of Black Lives Matter. I don't fuck with Black Lives Matter until you write the black man into your mission statement. I ain't even fucking with no Black Lives Matter, but I do fuck with Black lives because they matter. So I don't fuck with the organization Black Lives Matter, but I do fuck with black people and their lives because I'm a black man and I was born of a black man and a black woman and we have black children and, you know, black babies. Black grandparents and black store owners and you know, black patrons and black swimsuit editions in Sports Illustrated. But on some real shit, you know, what I think that we should do when we see these things, sometimes I think we need to turn the TV on and turn the sound down. And just record in your mind what your eyes are showing you without the influence of them narrating. I don't care whether it's the liberal media. I don't care whether it's the conservative media. What I found out today from watching Fox News, I didn't know that they consider only the liberal media to be mainstream media. The conservative media thinks they don't call themselves the mainstream media. They consider themselves to be the media of truth for the people. I was like, you should have heard. You should have heard the way that they were describing this fucking, it was beyond a riot. That was a B&E. You know, yeah, that was a B&E, a breaking and entering. Am I lying? That was you know what I'm saying? It was a B&E. They broke, they entered, they fought the cops. They was fighting the cops in there. I was like, damn. They get to fight the cops. Most of the times it looked like the cops didn't want to have nothing to do with this shit. I guess the cops are scared of white people too. Like, yo, I might be white, but I ain't fucking with no white people like that. You know what I'm saying? I know what they'll do when they get mad. You know how many guns they got? It's crazy shit. But this is really what we're working with. You know, I'm going to sound really facetious to some people, and some people are not going to like what I have to say tonight. I don't really give a fuck because, like I said, if you watch what's going on with the sound down and just let your eyes and your mind dictate to you what you're seeing, you're going to come out with a whole different story, other than the narration that they're giving you. Yes, I do believe that there were a bunch of right-wing white supremacists that went down to the Capitol building today to try to that went down there to try to forcefully have the election overturned by any means necessary. And I do believe that they were ready to take heads if necessary. And I don't believe that they thought it would actually be effective. I don't believe that they gave a fuck. I don't think that they gave a fuck about that at all. I think that they really wanted to just show their frustration and get their shit off. There's some things that you can see in the eyes. They know goddamn, you would have to be a goddamn idiot to think that you're going to strong arm the results of an election. You would have to be an idiot. Well, evidently there's some idiots out here. It's some hoes in this house. It's some hoes in this house. It's some hoes in this house. But if you would have watched this episode of what's going on at the Capitol building with the sound down, you would get a different picture of what you hear when somebody's telling you what's happening. The liberal media told you that it was an angry mob, thousands of people who have stormed, breached. I'm like, those are very conservative words. Those are nice words. Like, where you live, let's say it's you, your wife, or significant other, and your children. So maybe there are 6 people who live in your home. Imagine if 100 people came and rushed your crib. Would you consider that a breach? They broke the door on your they broke the door on the front door at your front door. They broke the lock on your front door. Or when your children or when your wife or your husband or whatever went to go answer the door, they pushed the door through like, yo, we coming up in here. We got something to say about your electric bill. Would that be a breach? It's a nice word, breach. It amazes me how motherfuckers get, how certain people have their labels protected. What happened to domestic terrorism? We just won't call anybody a domestic terrorist anymore, huh? Like, now we ain't fucking with that. See, internationally, there are too many eyes on us right now. It's all right. It was all right when it was just the United States being able to control the narrative of all of the negative shit that they did. Now with the internet, everybody can see everything at every time. So you got to deal with all of Europe, all of Asia, all of Africa, all of anybody else that you claim you don't care about, but they see how you move. And you know that when they see how you move in your own country, they see how they get an answer to what you've probably done in their country. And you don't want nobody to see that. So instead of dealing with these domestic terrorists, you say, okay, all right, no, everything is okay. I understand you're angry, but this is not the way to handle things. Calm down. Calm down. We're going to handle this. Everything will be all right. Listen, please stop tearing down pictures and defacing things. Hey, you with the spray can, stop that. You can't do that. Hey, please, sir, and madam, do not hang signs up. Do not hang banners up in the state capitol. You sitting at the judge's desk. That is a no-no. You can't do that. Don't do that. When a whole fucking government fears embarrassment, then they allow this shit to go on. If there was any time in our history that we were probably collectively hoping, yo, when they gonna start shooting these motherfuckers? When are they gonna start Call of Duty and these motherfuckers? Because you know you can't do that. Breached. The Capitol building has been breached. What the fuck are you talking about? Breached? What? You mean they moved people the fuck out of the way and told them that they better not try to stop shit or somebody going to get hurt? Nobody move. Nobody get hurt. Nobody look at me funny. Nobody. Today was unprecedented. It was unprecedented. Like nothing I've ever seen before. And I just looked at it like, well, I'll be damned. Where is the National Guard? Took them an awfully long time to get there. They like, shit, going up in that motherfucker. And you know the real reason why? Where were the state troopers? Where was the state police? Where were they? They don't have no problem dragging, pulling you out of your car, looking all tough when they stop you. When they stop you for speeding on the turnpike, don't they? They look awfully tough. The hat, the rider pants, the shades. That uniform was designed to be intimidating. But what happens when you ain't scared? Well, what happens when you out there on the road alone with them and you ain't scared? You fuck around and get shot. If your skin is red like mine for tonight. Yeah, brown skin will get you put in a box or in the ICU. White skin, it's like, well, we had no legal right to put our hands on the suspect. Well, you just called him a suspect. Or what I mean is, You know, it was a random traffic stop. All right. Carol Chamberlain says law enforcement was a joke today. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to get with y'all because I'm all the way up here. All right. H. Huss says it's actually amazing how many people managed to get inside the building. Robin Ming says if it was us, they would have shot us down. They didn't even touch those vanilla Trump supporters. H. Huss says, why didn't the police do more? TK Wright says, call me naive, or maybe I watched too many political action thrillers. Where are all of the badass Secret Service agents and Capitol Police that we see in the movies like Olympus Has Fallen? Sounds like a valid question to me. Robin Ming, my big sis, says, the Dems are writing an impeachment now to get that orange ass out. They should have been done that. Twitter is only closing down his account for 12 hours. Mother freakers. My brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones? Good to see you, my brother. Without a diggy doubt. Carol Chamberlain says, I did that today. Didn't want to hear the narrative. Oh, you turned down the TV? That's what's up. That's what's up, TT. You don't need to hear that shit. But I'm going to tell y'all what happened when I watched Fox News. You ain't ready. Carol Chamberlain. Okay, wait. Robin Ming says, ship his ass to Iran and let them deal with him. They want to get paid. Cherry. Cinderella, Dana Dane. Well, it's the woman Dana Dane with famous Cinderella, Dana Dane. Well, it's the woman Dana Dane with fame. Okay, right. Says the verbiage was so polite. Breach. Stormed. They stormed. They stormed. They breached. They stormed. They breached. They stormed. They breached. They stormed. Breached. Storm. Breach. Storm. Breach. Don't sound that bad. I said storm. Breach. Storm. Breach. Storm. Breach. Don't sound that bad. I said I can storm and breach. I can teach you a lesson. If I'm white, I get a blessing. And I ain't really trying to make it no color thing. But what the fuck am I supposed to say when I know this one thing? If they was black, it'd be under attack. It'd be more bodies in the hospital. Ooh, at this particular time, this rhyme is going to hurt. You just saw a lot of blood up on the shirt and on the pants and on his shoes and on the motherfucking ground. Because we would have lost. What the fuck? We played the cards. We'd have done that shit every time. And let me tell y'all something, man. First of all, niggas would have never done that shit. Sure, it was a couple of peppercorns. There was a couple of black peppercorns in there. Sure. We always a part of some dumb shit we ain't got no business being a part of. But the only reason that the Capitol building was able to be breached or they was able to be stormed well, there were a couple of reasons. Like I said, they don't want to look bad around the rest of the world. Like U.S. citizens, the United States government does not do that to their citizens. They just don't do that. T. Blygen, my girl T. Blygen is all up in the place. What's going on? And Queen Lioness. Oh, Angela Lioness Jackson, Emily Dunlap in the house. It's good to see me. Some you glad for coming out. Yeah, so there were actually a couple of reasons. There were actually a few reasons. You know what I mean? Some dealing with race, culture, and some dealing with straight like, not in front of them. We can't let them see that we do to our own what we do to other people. We can't do that. We can't do that. And so Jones says, we're getting clowned on the other side of the lunchroom. Wow. TK Wright says, these Mickey Fickies broke in, started doing Facebook Lives and taking selfies. They did. Yet, when the rioters were doing that shit in response to the George Floyd murders and, Breonna Taylor and and the boy got shot in the back in Kenosha. They wasn't even taking selfies. But when they were protesting unarmed black people being murdered and attempted murdered, no. This isn't about George Floyd. This is just an attempt to make Donald Trump look bad. Fuck Donald Trump. Seriously. That nigga is fucking terrible. So, hold on, let me read the rest of these comments and then I'll put y'all on. Carol Chamberlain says, funny how at almost dusk the Virginia State Police showed up. Well, they were supposed to have a curfew in DC at 6 p.m., right? Well, at 7 o'clock, the motherfuckers were still out there at the Capitol building. Doesn't sound like much of a curfew to me. Well, Jerry says some people in Philadelphia was happy when the tanks and the National Guards was here for sons and daughters. Where the tanks was the tanks for this shit. Terry Hawkins holding it down for the D all day, every day, 365, 12 months a year, 52 weeks. Good to see me some you. What's going on, sweets? Good to see me some you, Terry. Wait. I'm tripping. Oh, no, I ain't. I'm like, wait a minute. I could have sworn I saw Terry. I could have sworn. All right. Carol Chamberlain says, yes, they're still out there too. No curfew for them. Yeah, the motherfuckers that did the shit, no curfew for them. But they go over to Southwest DC, catch somebody selling a bag of weed, and that's your ass. We said it's a curfew. So I was watching Fox News today. I had already been watching CNN, MSNBC, ABC, and all of that shit. And I was like, let me go see. Let me see if they can spin this shit. And goddamn, if they didn't spin it, woo-wee! They said, what was the name of the show I was watching? Okay, I don't want to. I don't want to advertise that bullshit anyway. But what they said was, what's going on with Reflection Cafe? What they said was, some patriots took a page out of the liberal media's book, not the liberal media, the liberal, the Democrats or whatever. So they were saying how normally the right, the conservatives, they just fall back, chill, relax. They don't do anything, like that. Normally you see these Democrats protesting all crazy, acting a fool, putting out threats, causing violence. That's what they said. They said, but today, it looks like the conservatives, they describe those crazy motherfuckers as conservatives. I was like, and they said, they were just so fed up with how things have been going, with the culmination of things, because the courts have really sold out. The courts really sold out Donald Trump. They said there was more than enough evidence presented that the courts would just not hear. There was no fucking evidence. There was no evidence. They couldn't. That's the one thing they couldn't provide was evidence. But it's like you're listening to an alternative universe. You're listening to a totally different narrative of the description. I'm like, How do y'all look at what they did in the cap? Like, that don't concern y'all. Like, y'all doing a hell of a job as journalists, as broadcast journalists, when you can see what they did today and be like, yeah, you know, they were patriots. Patriots? I ain't seen Tom Brady in that motherfucker. But that's how they described them, as patriots. Patriots. I was like, what? Yo, man, this shit is real, son. To the point where I was on my way home. I went to the store today. I went to the store and I saw, you know, black man. I literally bumped into a black man on my block. He was like, oh, my fault, brother. He was like, listen, man, you okay? I said, yeah, I'm good. He said, listen, have you watched the news? I said, yeah. And he said to me, he said, yo, you got firearms? You got your firearm? I said, yeah, brother, I do. He said, good. I had to run in the crib to see what he was talking about. I'm like, well, because last I saw, they was, you know, in DC. So, I mean, they spreading out. You know what I mean? Because I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Because I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready to shoot all y'all. To shoot all y'all. Shoot all y'all. Till it's gone. Fuck out of here. I don't play with these motherfuckers. The thing about this thing is them cats are organized, man. They be having they 5 and 6 year olds already handling assault weapons. They learning how to shoot. They're shooting well. They on some marksman shit. You know, as much as I appreciate self-defense, I do not think it's a good idea to teach. I think weapons safety, whether you're talking about guns, knives, throwing stars, nunchucks, whatever, I think weapon safety at any age is good because it can prevent, it can, first of all, have a young person have respect for weaponry, a healthy respect. But I don't think that you should teach young people to shoot at that age, because unless you're showing them what bullets do to flesh, they won't understand the ramifications of what happens when they shoot something. Until, even if you shoot cans or skeet or something like that, you don't understand the power of a bullet until you shoot a piece of meat. You just get a steak that you've thawed out and hang it up and shoot that motherfucker. I don't care if you're 50 yards away. Shoot it, and you see what a bullet does to flesh. And it will change. If it doesn't change the way that you think about firearms, and if it doesn't change your hesitation to use a firearm, then you a fucking maniac, and you need to be taken off the streets. You are not fit to be on the streets. But if you shoot a piece of meat, like a side of beef or something like that, and you see what bullets do to flesh, and you imagine if that flesh was still alive. We're not talking about a steak. We're not talking about a piece of meat off of an animal. We're not talking about animal fat. We're not talking about a bullseye pegboard. No. When you see what bullets do to flesh, if you've ever seen somebody get shot, it ain't like it is on TV or the movies. You know, people get shot and they just get shot. Motherfuckers get shot in real life. They yell and scream and holler. This shit fucking hurts. I mean, hurts. The bullet is hot. It's inside of you, burning your flesh when you shoot somebody. This shit is serious. Yeah, when motherfuckers get shot, they beg for their lives because their life is at stake. And a 5 or 6 year old, 7 year old, 8 year old, 9, they can't understand that shit unless you show them what bullets do to flesh, and how life ain't a video game. You don't respawn. You don't show up on another TV screen or movie again. You're never seen again. You never talk to them again. You never see them breathing or walking or talking again, ever. Shit is serious. And so Jones said, Dipset mix. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that was my shit too. That was my favorite song by them. Cherry says they organize every time we try to get organized. They kill us when we're seeds. And so Jones says, can they hit a target 50 yards away? It ain't easy as it looks. Hell no, it ain't easy. Like it's not like Call of Duty. You have to really have your sights, looking down. That shit is hard. I can do it though. But anyway, I once saw an autopsy performed of a gunshot victim. Horrible to see what was done to the body. It's tear your shit. It tears your shit out the frame. It does. It cracks bones. Like the motherfuckers who have lived through it. You ever seen the wounds of a gunshot victim? More than likely, if you've seen them, you've seen them shot with a low caliber weapon, maybe a 22 or 25, even a 35. Once you start getting up to a 38, it starts getting way more serious. A 38 ain't no fucking joke, especially if it's a 38 long. 38 long will absorb all of the recoil of that of the bullet, but it will fuck you up. So as you start going up in caliber, 38, 40, 45, 50. I'm sorry, did I skip 44? Because that's more. It's amazing how 44 is more powerful than a 45, but it is. And we're talking about 45 ACP. And listen, the bottom line is, teaching children to shoot like that. But they are doing that. They're mobilizing and they're showing their children how to protect their family and not just protect, but they're showing them how to get on offense. This is what we're going to train you to be able to not just defend. We're going to train you how to eliminate the competition. We're going to get them off the field for good. So seeing that shit that happened today, if you can walk away from that like, man, that was crazy, that was bad, but it wasn't all that bad. Something is fucking wrong with you. So for the media, whether you're talking about the conservative media, whether you're talking about the liberal media, to try to downplay the seriousness of that shit, the fuck out of here. How much they paying y'all motherfuckers? I bet you those senators and congressmen, I bet you they took this shit seriously. I bet you they got Mike Pence the fuck up out of there. He didn't even have the support of his boss. His boss is like, yo, do the right thing, Mike. Do the right. Fuck you talking about? He can't do nothing but open an envelope. But I bet you they didn't look at him as just patriots. The motherfuckers didn't come in here to talk. They came in here crackheads, crack bones. And I bet you they were armed. Second Amendment, baby. Take that shit seriously. The right to bear arms. You know how much right wing white people love guns? Yeah. Lisa Long. What up, Miss Long? Lisa Lee is all up in the place. Good to see me some you. Hey, son, just checking in. Been watching this shit unfold. Yeah, wow. It is a trip how they respond to people of no color. Yo, I saw this picture of this one black motherfucker in there and shit. That motherfucker looked lonely as shit. Like, yeah, I got in here with the rest of them cats, but I'm chilling. He wasn't doing. He was like, yeah, we here. You know, sort of like how Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor was and Stir Crazy. Yeah, we bad. Yeah, we bad. Yeah, we bad. Mm-hmm. When they went to jail. Yeah, we bad. Cause that shit is serious, son. That shit ain't. Yeah, he know. Like, yo, I ain't got no business here. I ain't got no business here. I'm tripping, but I'm here. I know I'm getting locked up though. I'm getting locked the fuck up. These other motherfuckers, they might fake like they can't find, the identity of these victims. They gonna find my ass. Fuck it. I'm here for the 3 hots and the cat, cause I'm gonna get it. And so Jones says, it's amazing how people react to DC destroying each other and black people destroying each other. DC? What's DC? What's DC? TK Wright says they were armed. I'm sure. No, so says, I wasn't surprised at that shit. What up, everyone? What's going on, my brother from another mother, Norris Hill? I said my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. So as we speak, this shit is still going on. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if y'all. All right. As we speak, this shit is still going on. It's still a crazy situation. It ain't gonna be over for a minute. We're gonna get through the night on a positive note. If this is positive to you, the Democrats did win those 2 seats in Georgia. Shit is crazy right now. Because shit is happening. Like, you don't know whether to cheer, cry, be concerned, lock your doors, get under the bed. Like, it's just like, well, I'm like, they really won that shit? By the way, I meant to tell y'all, when I was watching Fox News, they really do believe that the Democrats stole the election. They saying that shit right there on the news. Like, y'all bugging. And my question is, this is Fox. Fox was remember Fox gave Biden Arizona before everybody else. Remember oh shit. What's this? What are the other outlets that were calling elections? But Fox was first. Fox was like, nah, he ain't winning this shit. Fox was quick. I'm like, that's your boy, though. They was like, listen, man, it is what it is. So if Fox, the network, doesn't believe that the results were false enough to delay in calling Biden the winner, and they called him the winner first in Arizona, and there was another state that was up in the air, was kind of iffy. Michigan, they went first with Michigan. They was like, nah, he got Michigan. Oh yeah. He got Michigan. He got Arizona too. And even when they were still counting the votes in Arizona, and Trump was gaining a little lead, Fox was like, he ain't catching up. He can't catch up. It was like they knew, like, nope. He's not. Oh, the Associated Press. That's what I'm talking. Associated Press. They was lunching on certain states, like, well, this whole Pennsylvania, Georgia thing. We gonna fall back on that, man. Fox was like, nah, he winning in those states, and he's gonna win those states, and he did. He won all of the states that Fox said he was going to win, or that he was up ahead with. So for the network itself to have called the election early and then push the narrative of voter fraud, but for its guests, its hosts and guests to push that narrative of no, they stole the election and all of that, like, Well, what part of the game is that, dog? But yeah, they straight up said, like, nah, these patriots are out here doing this because they know that the results of the election will fix the fraud and all that. They was mad. Okay, hold on. Queen Lioness says Mike securing his chance to run for president in 2024. Man. And she also says they didn't expect so many black Georgians to vote. Dems won both Senate seats. Yo, man, like I really did. I was like, listen, man, Georgia, a red state. Ain't no way they going. Biden already won. Ain't no way they gonna let. Like what? Yo, in Georgia, these black people ain't playing. Niggas is on fire. You gotta ask yourself. You gotta seriously ask yourself. Black people in the United States are only supposed to make up 12% of the population. 12% of the population. So they're saying that there are only 30 million black people, straight American-born, straight up black Americans in the United States. 30 million. They're saying that it's 18% Latino now. Whether you're talking about light, dark, whatever, Afro, Latino, whatever. They saying that is 18%. If you're smart and you follow this shit, you know that they're mixing the Latinos in with the regular American blacks. So there are way more American blacks than 30 million. We're probably at least 50 million, at least. And they're probably more than that, because how can we be so influential in these fucking elections? How? How can we be so influential in these elections? Just by voting. Just by voting. And you know how many black people still don't vote. I bet y'all can name off 5 people that y'all know personally that did not vote even in this past election. I know I can easily. It was my man, the girl I know named that, the other one, and the boy, and yo, can't forget Fat Boy. Didn't vote in the past election. So if we are only 12% of the population, how are we turning these elections? How? It doesn't make any sense. Somebody is lying. Somebody lying, son. They lying. Lisa Long says, alarming to watch this. If the government allow those people to barge into the state capitol, what's next? Lynchings? Well, they already did lynchings. Now this is white people against white people. That's the thing about this shit. It's like, look, we just on the sidelines voting and shit, mailing them in, going to the polls and shit. Like, man, it's like, I don't know. And this ain't even black folks' business. For real. It's like, yo, son, I don't know. It's like Brad and Peter over there, they going at each other's neck over Marianne. Brad and Peter tripping over Marianne. Yeah. Y'all know how shit. You want to know how real this shit is? You want to know how real this shit is? Throughout all of this shit, you've been hearing nothing but black people, conservative and liberal. You know what you haven't heard throughout this whole thing? Where are the LGBTQ? During the Obama administration, they was running shit, screaming loud, I'm gay or whatever you call it, and I'm proud, right? Throughout this whole process, they ain't been saying nothing but black this, black that. We need the black that. We need the black that. We need the black that, black this, black ass, black this, black pass. You ain't heard nothing about the LGBTQ yet. Not right now. You know why? This is our shit. You ain't gonna tell me that there are only 12% black people in this country. Not when we turn in these. Okay. So there are only 12% of there are only 12% black people in the population, that welfare system, right? Okay. And now we are deciding who gets elected and who doesn't. That's a lot different than prison. That's a lot different than welfare. When you basically have to have the black vote nowadays in order to win. What's good, y'all? What's good? Especially when not all black people are voting. So even if every last one of us were voting, which we can't because you have to be 18 to vote. But even if we were, let's say every last black American was able to vote, we would still only be 12% by their numbers, right? So how would we be able to influence the election with those kinds of numbers? How would we be able to influence the results of elections with only that little bit of a percentage of the population? How? Okay. Carol Chambers says Hakeem Jeffries is calling for an impeachment. He has the papers to file it. Well, fuck all that impeachment shit. We need a straight ousting. An impeachment is just a trial. He won't even be here long enough for a trial. He needs to be physically removed. See, here we go with these fucking words, impeach. You got 2 weeks to impeach him? Man, please. This motherfucker the fuck out of here. Start throwing his shit out. Shit, you want to exploit black people? Get a bunch of Rashidas, Kias and Keishas to throw his shit out. Like, nigga, get the fuck out. Throw out all his red ties, all his blue suits, and all his white shirts. Yo, get the fuck out, nigga. Yeah. I don't know where you sleeping tonight, but you getting the fuck out of here. You and your bitch. You call my wife a bitch? Well, she a hoe too. But we seen the videos, nigga. I don't know who the fuck you think you protecting. You know, this ain't the most virtuous first lady we ever seen. Word to Michelle Obama. Get this bitch the fuck out of here. And your retarded ass son. Everybody the fuck out.
60 seconds.
I'm saying, you know, you need to stop playing. You gotta stop playing, son. Robbie Ming says all of the House of Representatives are calling for an impeachment, abuse of power. Carol Chamberlain says Pence can enact the 25th Amendment, and I bet he won't. He grew. I bet he won't. He grew half a set of balls today. That motherfucker was scared. He was shook, son. Like, yo, these niggas ain't gonna protect me. They coming in here to get me. And so Joe says, I got dark-skinned Jermaine to vote.
10 seconds.
There's a comedian named dark-skinned Jermaine. Yo, I can't. Good looking out for getting dark-skinned Jermaine to vote. It's a long thing. Says, I mean, it's like open season. Man, it ain't never been closed. Robbie Mink says Pence is scared. He probably left and went to Israel. TK Wright says they actually had a structure with a noose set up on the other side of the Capitol. Today's the 6th of January. Isn't that what you said he was leaving on the 6th, Carol? Yeah, it's the 6th of January. Somebody got a birthday coming up real soon. Somebody in here. Somebody. I ain't gonna name no names, but her name starts with an R and it rhymes with bobbin. That's all I'm gonna say. Drag his ass out now. Good talk. Later, my brother. All right, peace, Lisa. Thanks for coming through. Narcel says, get a tossing crew to clear him out and have some handcuffs waiting for him. Carol Chamberlain talking about some. Yeah, I know. Mine is in less than a month. I don't know what you talking about. We gotta clear all these cappies and Aquarians out the way, so we can get back to normal and shit. You know, all that cold weather. Emily said they really didn't, but they did realize that our own brown people was tired of Trump. Wait, Emily said something earlier. And what's up, Zyree? Zyree 3, thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. Wait a minute. Ooh. And he says all of this because Trump is not used to losing, and being president, he got used to the power that he had. He don't want to see that, in my opinion. This I don't, like there's so much shit that's going on. He's facing all kinds of criminal charges when he leaves. Like he may have made it worse for himself. But watch, they ain't gonna do shit. He gonna leave office. They ain't. Man, listen. Robbie Ming says, is that a new member, Omar? Yeah, she's something like a new member. Her name starts with R. It rhymes with bobbin. And sometimes when she's in chat, you'll see like an orange symbol with her. Yeah. But no names. You ain't hear from me. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 6th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They are SPECIAL. They are number one out the box. Letitia Sudisant. No, Sedusant. Okay. And also Lomise Rodley turning 36 years old today. And William Boyd, happy birthday to you. And Casey Ann Osborne turning 36 years old today. And Shakira Riley. And also Jackleton Jeb Horace turning 28 years old today. And Charlotte Prince Allen turning 52 years old today. And last but not least, my girl from out there, Willow Grove, my girl, Icy Lee Laverne Basketball. Icy Lee Laverne Basketball. She was on an episode of Urban Therapy with Sun before. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, Icy. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious January 6th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock on into the damn, to rock out, rock on into the damn, rock on into the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, listen. I said, I listen to what we say. Yo, this shit is getting crazy, and it's not gonna stop today. Listen, man. I've said a lot tonight. Y'all said a lot tonight. We've all said a lot tonight, but these things are going to be in our thoughts for the rest of the night. Because it's not going to stop as far as the coverage is concerned tonight. But I suggest that y'all pay very, very close attention to what happens in the days following this shit. Because there's no turning back right now. You got to do something. The hand has been forced. Everybody saw what you did, and everybody saw what you didn't do. This government is on blast right now. How will they respond? How will the Dems respond? One thing we didn't talk about tonight is how President-elect Joe Biden, was handling this. I saw his press conference. I saw a statement that he made, how he was saying that he really was going to talk about the economy today. But with all of this shit that happened, it's like, man, what the fuck? And he was talking all this shit about, his usual rhetoric about decency and honor and like, don't nobody want to hear that shit. For real. You know what I'm saying? Listen, don't nobody want to hear that shit. There's a time when heads need to be cracked. And today was the day. Now, no heads got cracked. Now, I heard that there was one shooting, a woman got shot. There was lots of blood and all that shit. They haven't been able to confirm that. Maybe it's confirmed by now. I know somebody got hurt. I saw videos of the cops fighting, inside this is inside the fucking Capitol building, man. You know what I'm saying? Most of the times, the closest we get to the Capitol building is when we go in there for a tour. You go in there on a class trip or some shit like that. You got to get like a security clearance to go in there. It ain't sweet. These motherfuckers just barge their way in. Who does that? How does that happen? How can that happen? Especially when you knew that people were coming. You knew they were coming. You already contacted the National Guard the day before to go hold it down to make sure this shit didn't get out of hand. Well, it did. It did. Somebody's going to have to answer some questions, man, because a lot of questions have to be answered. I want to thank y'all for coming out tonight, man. I appreciate y'all coming through and checking out the Daily Go Get It show. We actually took a different turn than what we were going to talk about tonight, but it's all good. These are our current events right now. And I don't normally cover current events, whatever, but I couldn't let this one go because this shit here, unprecedented. This is like nothing that we've ever seen, and unlike anything that we've ever imagined. But we've been getting clues to this type of behavior forthcoming for a while. When they did this in Michigan, I think we looked the other way because it wasn't Pennsylvania, it wasn't New York, it wasn't New Jersey, it wasn't Maryland, it wasn't Virginia, it wasn't any of the other 50 states, 49 states, or whatever. But now it is. So I'm just going to advise everybody to make sure that you keep your loved ones close and make sure that you get up on your self-defense and whatever means that has to get carried out. So, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate you, and love you right back to life. You think I won't when I will. You think you don't know the deal. Be safe, y'all. We're going to be all right tonight. Let's just make sure that we take care of our tomorrows. All right? So let me get a blog talk on about here. Blog talk, I holla back. Thanks for coming on through. I'm out of here. Peace, you.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And also, Instagram, I get back with y'all. Thanks for coming through. Instagram, thanks for going ham. And for my YouTubers, make sure y'all like the show. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Thanks for putting up my shit on a regular basis. I get back. Peace.